Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as Great Britain. In the last episode, we dealt with a bit of a post-war budget crisis, designed a new class of destroyers and dreadnought battleships, and most recently made an alliance with Italy. Well, there's almost no tension in the world right now, which is fair because World War I just ended like a year or two ago, but yeah. Alright, we need to lay down Rodneys. Problem is they're bloody expensive, but let's lay two down and hopefully the budget will at least hold out until the Indomitable is finished. I mean, I can't put much more in reserve, practically speaking. But I guess I'm just spending a lot more on cruisers than everybody else, plain and simple. Oh, I also still have a big force of cruisers just sitting in the Indian Ocean, which is a bit pointless. Let's call all those back home, please. If I could modernize the cruiser force, I could have a lot less cruisers, probably. But that's very important. I'm not selling that. Hydrostatic pistols, ASW capability. Okay, we should hold out the one more turn it will take to finish Inconstant. HMS Inconstant is commissioned. The Italians want to buy everything now. Rebellion in Morocco. Okay, that saves the budget a little. We will be finishing 10 more fames very shortly. Spy from France, well, I say. Rebellion in Morocco continues. Okay, the budget is now good, but I really need to spend it on more destroyers. Speaking of destroyers, I am decommissioning the Stags because they are worthless, right? Which means numbers-wise, we didn't really gain anything from that run of fames, but at least we don't have any 300-ton destroyers anymore. What's a good baseline? We now have the largest destroyer force in the world, so we're not exactly doing that badly. Let's aim for like 80. Yeah. Let's aim for like 80. So let's say that would be 12 more ships. Fine. Doable. With keeping all of our existing ships. So 12 more ships, fine. Done. That'll be 80. And then we really need to lay down more Rodneys. 2 is not going to cut it. We genuinely need like 6. Like 4 more at least. Yeah. The world economy is recovered. Good. Savage is commissioned. I am not a tool for the steel industry's profits. Rebellion continues. Alright, the budget can just about handle this, which is good. So if it increases a little more, or if I can finish the fames, we'll be in good shape. You two were the ones I wanted to put in reserve, right? Saves a little bit of money. And then the terpsichores, I suppose, can also go in reserve. That'll save a little bit of money. Although that's our whole armored cruiser force in reserve now, but except for the ones that are on foreign station actively, but that's just kind of what we gotta do. Why are you not on foreign station? Go to foreign station. It's literally purpose for existing. We need more Calypsos and such as well, but we really have to prioritize capital ships right now. No, thanks. Efficient hull form, less engine horsepower, and TNT warhead, more torpedo damage, and enhanced high explosive filler, more HE shell damage, and effective SIGINT for better pre-battle enemy strength assessment. That's 4 techs in 1 turn. Nicely done, scientists. And Spain has crushed the rebels in Morocco. Good for Spain. I'm kind of loosely allied to Spain via being allied to Italy, so... 4 ships have worked up, and... yeah, okay. Triple alliance. Us, Italy, Spain. Improved longitudinal framing, weight saving on the hull. One would have to assume that's kind of aimed at France. Let's turn up our spying on France a little. Okay, I'm losing a ton of money again now because of this alliance. Oh, our minor ally in the Balkans is threatened by a neighbor, huh? Back them unconditionally. Triple torpedo tubes. The Fames are now obsolete. That's okay. Have to pause a Rodney for a month, which is not at all the kind of thing we need to be doing. Not... there's no point. Not for a destroyer. That's a paltry amount of money saved. Let's see here. Do I get budget if I say this option? Yeah, but it also just skyrockets tensions. And I don't feel ready for a war yet, so, you know. We're prepared to safeguard our seas against any enemy. 15-foot rangefinder. Damn it, Parliament! Well, I wasn't overspending until... oh, that was a huge prestige hit, too. Holy cow. Well, we didn't have a problem until Parliament cut the budget some more, and now... our budget's really suffering, actually. Oh, boy. Let's get the Navy League to protest that. Improved face hardening for armor quality. Better triple turrets, no penalties. Specialized mine laying and long range submarines, and amphibious operations now available. Good, and the monthly balance is super positive, but that's because I paused both of our capital ships. Diesel generators for damage control. What's my budget? Oh, wow, they have hugely slashed my budget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was over 400,000 not long ago. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really think it was. To be fair, I'm also just... even though I don't feel like I am maintaining a stupid amount of tonnage compared to everyone else, especially in armored and light cruisers. We've really got to drop some of these armored cruisers. They're too expensive. I just don't have any replacements that are any good, but... like... okay, which are the worst of them, right? I mean, it's got to be the Argonauts, although... yeah. The Drakes have worse engines for some reason, though. But... and they're heavier. But they're also just slightly more effective, probably. Maybe they fall apart faster when they're in reserve. I'm going to scrap the Argonaut class. That doesn't break our tonnage on foreign stations? Oh, wow. That was... we really didn't need them for a while then, actually. Apparently we had enough Sibyls to handle it. Oh, in the Philippines now. And the Panama Canal is open, and oh, look at that new area of research. That's going on maximum priority. Let's see, fire control. Some of these other things maybe don't need to be... well, we don't have that much on high priority, though. It's fine. Okay, so we have enough money to keep pushing the Rodneys. And the remaining Fames. We will be at 80 of those shortly. And then we have to lay down more Rodneys, but... damn it, Parliament. Tensions aren't even that low. Industrial production. 7 destroyers. I will take that offer, without a doubt. And let's go ahead and send our newest and most powerful ships on this world cruise. Weight saving on machinery, rebellion continues. We have to get tensions high enough that Parliament stops taking our budget away, basically. Because they've really slashed it really hard, actually. Germany now has a larger budget than us and the USA. Fame's commissioned. The last of them. We're going to have to immediately pause this Rodney because we don't have money. Tensions are high with pretty much everybody. 1,500-ton destroyers. Okay, we can only afford to build one single destroyer at this point. I think, let's see here, these make 16 knots. They've got 4 12s, 14 6s. You know what? Time to take another chunk of the pre-dreadnoughts out. This is, what, 8 ships? Yeah. Goodbye. Spain would like to build dreadnought. Done. You can have her and very welcome. Ooh, an altercation in the mess. Captain Hudson complained that HMS Goliath's band can only play opera and not marches. Captain Dates called him an uncultured martinet. Captain Hudson wants to transfer to the army. And Captain Dates wants to accept a post at the State Opera Administration. Well, Captain Dates, I'm sure your talents will be very appreciated at the State Opera. Idiot. Okay. The rebels have been eradicated. And even with everything I've scrapped, our budget is just not cutting it at the moment. And with everything in reserve, I mean, most of the fleet is really in reserve. At least I feel like, yeah. We hardly have anything active. Except destroyers, but they do not cost a whole lot. I think maybe the AI outright mothballs stuff, but I kind of feel like part of the reason I do better in wars than them is because I keep my crews actually trained, unlike them, mostly. Let's give that publicity. We need to get tensions a little higher because Parliament really needs to give us more money. Oh, good. What the hell? Well, our ship HMS Devonshire has blown up under mysterious circumstances in Dublin. There are suspicions that saboteurs from Germany might have been responsible. Why we would not jump to the IRA, I have literally no idea. But, this dastardly act cannot remain unavenged, and conveniently... Good, better 11-inch guns. Conveniently, the German-American alliance just expired that month, which especially means it would make no sense for the Germans to declare war right then, but don't worry about it. We are allied with both Italy and Spain, so let's just all dogpile on Germany, shall we? Now, how's the military situation? They have they have about double my number of dreadnought battleships. On the other hand, that's literally all they have, to like a crazed degree, actually. I mean, look at this. They have... I'll look in more detail in a second at this, but they have 11 dreadnoughts with 3 more building. They have 10 battle cruisers. That's 560, almost 570,000 tons worth of dreadnought battleships and battle cruisers. out of 640,000 tons of ships in their fleet. And then, actually, that doesn't really... Oh, that's with the building ships. But, okay, say they have, like, I don't know, 500,000 before these building ships are... Yeah, that's like another 90,000, actually, so... Okay, they have 240, 480. And then they have 9 battleships, so that makes it 580. 60,000 tons only left over for their one and only heavy cruiser, München-Gladbach here, for their total of 4 light cruisers, which are scarily nice light cruisers to be fair, but still 4 of them. And for their 34 destroyers, which is less than half of my force, and they're mostly 300 and 400 tonners still. Okay, so this would explain how Germany has built so many battleships, is because they have wildly, massively neglected literally every other part of their fleet. They have nothing but battleships. Of which they have 2 Vettins, which are under-armored, kind of slow, and are relying on cross-deck fire, but at least they have 812s. They have 3 Von der Tans, which are fast, but under-armored, and also cross-deck firing, and only have 11-inch guns. They have 6 Weissenbergs, are the core of the fleet. 13-inch belt, 21 knots, 812s. I mean, I can't complain too much. This looks a lot like a design I would build, except I would probably use 5s instead of 6s, but... Also, this turret is not really optimally placed, but they maybe just didn't have the tech for another super firing. So these aren't bad ships at all, but they're not spectacular. I mean, any of my dreadnoughts are about as good. Which they better be. Well, the Renowns are slightly inferior, actually. Not enough belt. But the Vengeances are superior, just about, theoretically. And then they have, what? 5 Golden class, which have 811s, 24 knots, 9.5-inch belt. Let's bear in mind my inconstants have 812s, 11-inch belt, and make 27 knots, so better in every category than these. They have a Hindenburg, which has 811s, 9.5-inch belt, 26 knots, still cross-deck firing. They have 4 Mackinsons, which have 10 11s with another turret shoehorned in, 9.5-inch belt, 25 knots. None of these battle cruisers are fast enough, really. And they're all using cross-deck firing. But they still 10 to my 4, so that's not great. But they got nothing for support. I mean, how are they screening this? I can sacrifice 10 destroyers, and if it sinks 1 dreadnought, it's pretty much worth it. And I'd still have, you know, a 40 destroyer advantage on them. And the colonies, I mean, forget about the colonies. Their colonies are just fucked. They don't even have any outside of but they have Kwangchuan, which I should take, and then they have a couple in Africa still. Well. Let's get the fleet organized. You guys joined first. Battle Cruiser Division. Great. Oh, and also you and you are now B divisions, yay. But did that not apply? Not hit. Oh no, I did. It just needs to be refreshed or something. Oh, there we go, yeah. Okay. And then I guess let's reorganize the rest of the fleet real quick. Let's say, well, no, it's fine. Stick with your existing divisions. Let's see. Let's just make sure they're rationally laid out, which they are. Okay. Oh, right. Let's smack that mobilization. But oh god, my budget. Oh no, my budget. Oh my god, my budget. Why? But then I need to do this. And the budget. Oh no, the budget. Oh lord, the budget. Parliament. Parliament. Parliament, we're at war. Please, money. Please, money. To be fair, the budget has gone back up quite a bit. It's over 400,000 again. Still smaller than Germany's, though. Which is a little uncool. We have beaten Germany twice in wars already. You would think that would have stunted their economic growth a little. Yeah. Where are they on this? Oh yeah, they're there. Yeah, their tonnage is not... Let's see. Economy. My economy is still bigger than theirs. I mean, the US economy is about to surpass mine if it hasn't, but mine is still bigger than theirs, and I do think that I took a little chunk out of their growth with both of those wars. So, come on, Parliament, give me some damn money. I always love how I end up with a stupid number of merchants lost because I just don't, compared to the AI, because I just don't bother with commerce rating, and they do it a lot. Doesn't ever really seem to win the wars, so yeah. Okay, so then the Flying Fish class, trade protection duties. That works out beautifully. All of you, just work your way, work up, get mobilized, etc. These, I mean, honestly, these should be close to a match for the new German light cruisers. Like, they don't have as much speed, but armament-wise, they're similar enough that I don't feel like we're in a hopeless position there, right? 14 sixes. And the new German light cruisers have 14 sixes with the same armament layout. So yeah, other than being 4 knots faster, those don't have anything on our Calypso class. On the other hand, our Calypso class doesn't have director firing, which I should have put on those at least, yeah. These are the only worthwhile cruisers that I should have kept, or that I intend to keep for a while. Calypsos and Cordelias, and maybe Sybils. Even though that's kind of an old design, a 20-year-old design at this point, but anyway, okay, I think that's where we're at. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. And next time, we'll see if who will come out on top. German capital ships or our huge preponderance in cruisers and destroyers. It is going to be a weird one, to be honest. I don't know that Spain or Italy will help that much. Although Spain has a lot of ships here, but they're still Spain. I mean, their idea of a dreadnought is, well, kind of dreadnoughty, but it only does 17 knots, so that's not very dreadnoughty. And this one only has an 8.5. Yeah, their ships are weird, but, you know, they'll try. So anyway, this war will begin properly in the next episode. In the meantime, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have a nice evening. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.